Sometimes all about call and response. When you call, definitely men will answer. And I have three gentlemen here with me in the studio. I'd like to start my introduction from my extreme left. He is a one-time journalist, always a journalist, a businessman, and also the head of just Carlton Manual right now, sir.
I should cancel 30 years ago.
You canceled 30 years ago.
I was president 30 years ago.
30 years ago. Just minus off of my. Anyway, let's not go there. Join me to welcome Honorable Agarase Idubo. Welcome to International Forum. I appreciate your comment.
Thank you very much.
All right. A very vibrant legal practitioner, Gabriel Ehigato, is a human rights activist, political analyst, both national and international politics. Is well grounded. They're all well grounded in this particular topic. Ehigato, welcome to International
Thank you, Lucy, for having me.
All right.
Good afternoon, Nigerians.
All right. Lecturer, clergyman, political analyst, political affairs commentator, Honorable Frank Amigo. Welcome.
Yeah,
welcome. All right.
Well,
North Korea seems to be making a lot of wave in the Korea Peninsula, even globally, to the extent that Japan was threatened, one of their islands, when North Korea chose to test their missiles. Though they were told to, evacuate, and they said, look, no harm was done, but series of tests have been conducted by this country, and they are being so secretive about it. But when it's showcasing their armory, their armament, when they're celebrating their military day, the world got to know what this country is capable of. I want to start off from Honorable Agarase Idubo. What do you feel about the growing might of North Korean military? If to you they are really growing or depreciating? Take it up from there.
It's not if to me. I mean, they are growing.
Okay.
I mean, they are growing. They are progressively doing what they want to do. And to my mind, it's one way of sending signals to those persons who believe you can always threaten every other person. I mean, most of the things they have done to react to situations have been responses to threats. Even though they themselves now, they are considering a lot of threat to the whole world, but a few things they have done in the recent past, they have only been responding to threats. And what I see in that is just to say, come on. Yes, some years back, we used to be, lame ducks, but now we can challenge even the best. And that's what they are trying to do now, because all they have just done for themselves in the last 32 years. Okay, let's even take them back to 2005 to now. In 2005, they were raided and they were embarrassed. And they now had to go back to their arsenals. That's okay, now we must fight back. And they have reached a stage now where they want to fight back, and the whole world is shouting. So they are saying, you used to beat us. Now we want to fight back to also nearly beat you. That's where they are now. That's where they are now. And I think, yes, it's posing a lot of threats to neighboring countries, the region, and the entire world. Having the kind of government that they have, totalitarian, dictatorship, the man is like deaf and dumb. He doesn't care whether anybody is shouting or not. And for them, the military is their ultimate goal. So if they want to keep anything, it's their military. So they are developing the military, in our fact, they have moved from the 36th position to 15.
From 36 to 15?
To 15 now. And that is instructive, very, very instructive. When they launched an underwater missile a few weeks ago, I mean, the whole world was like shivering. So they are ready for anybody. If Wilson wants to threaten them, they're ready.
Yes. All right. How much of North Korea? Well, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to Honorable. Well, Barrister.
Yes.
Higato Gabriel. It's like North Korea. It's like they have this blueprint for a very long time. Before the death of the father of the supreme leader, he had this blueprint. Do you think that this young man, Kim Jong-un, has been so tenacious in making the dream of his father and forefathers a reality? Because even the South Korean peninsula are complaining that these guys are giving us serious hate. Don't know frontal, or how will I put it now, aggressive aggression, so to speak, has been meted towards the southern part or the southern peninsula of Korea. Do you think they stand a huge threat, taking a look at the military might from 36 to 15 globally?
Well, I think we need to actually salute the courage of the North Koreans for the effort they put so far in building up their military capacity. When you take an average Korean and look at his DNA, you will see the unmetedness of the military capability is part of them. To the extent that it is even enshrined in their constitution. I think section 86 of the North Korea constitution actually states that the military is the most supreme arm of their government. The military is to protect the lives and properties of the Koreans. The military seems to be taken very serious. I wish that the Nigerian government and other African countries leaders were actually looking at us now while deliberating on these issues. When the military of a country is being compromised, the country is grounded already. And over time, when you also look at the budgetary laws of North Korea, it's also stipulated here that they give more attention to the military strength which they parade. That they are raising from 36 to 15 in the world in terms of war power and ammunitions. It's not a joke, neither a one-day journey. It is an event that started long ago. When you look at their laws, once you are 17 years of age, you are enrolled in military school to at least have a basic knowledge of what military is all about, have a basic knowledge of what security is all about, have a basic knowledge of what it takes to have a police academy and other security instruments of the state. So in North Korea are seen to build an edge, and they build a standard that every other nations of the world need to meet on. For me particularly, I salute their courage. And I know that when you take it, you're going to continue this pedestal in the next 10, 20 years, they're going to begin to drag war power. And they're going to become one of the most mighty security army of the United Nations, so to speak. Okay. So for me, they are doing well.
They're doing well. Wow, that's the first time here in a long time that the North Koreans, they are really doing what it used to be among the axis of evil. We'll come back to that particular injunction because of what you have said about them. As of 10 months ago, 1.2 million active soldiers, 600 reserve soldiers. They have increased maybe twice or thrice that number, we don't know yet. Weaponry, ammunition, great tech. Despite the sanctions meted on this particular country, what do you think is behind that zeal that made them to forget about the sanction, made them undergo starvation, made them to go through so many deprivations just to be where they are today?
Yeah.
What is that driving force?
The driving force is an unwarranted fear. I listened carefully to you.
Unwarranted fear.
You didn't introduce my colleagues as motivational speakers. You didn't say that. So I was not trying to calibrate. What I'm saying is, it's an warranted growing military might. Is a misplaced priority. Misplaced in the sense that you have in that country now a high level of poverty.
True.
To get one missile ready will take you between 75 to 118 million US dollars. One missile ready. In the face of poverty, there is forced labor, there is child labor, the political system is somersaulting. No thanks to all of this. It's just like I'm a civil servant now. I'm sure Brother Gata is not a civil servant like me. I have not been paid my salary so far. Then, so Wilson is celebrating, our daddy is celebrating 70 years next year. As Vice Wilson is praying, I'll bring out my hard-earned mega salary and I'll be competing with him spraying. That's what we are justifying. Your people are suffering. Then we are clapping for you that you are growing in military might. What are you growing about? I will spend my hard-earned salary. Tomorrow he can get more money from his business. I'll have to wait till the end of another month to get my money. So where are you going to grow to? Even if you become number one world power today, we'll look back. It's just like the proverbial sonorous kukuruku voice from the cock in the morning. And we hear the voice, oh, nicely orchestrated. But when you get straight to where the cock is crowing from, it's a complete mess. You want to grow a military might. You have to disregard the economic challenges you are having. If you are going to fight, I'm going to fight with an empty stomach. It's out of fear. The fear is baseless. And from my little experience, fear is domiciled in the stomach. Okay. Anxiety is domiciled in the stomach. Okay. So if you want to grow a military might, you first consider the integrity of your place. Are my people happy about that? Is life all about having missiles? If you check that amount, it's very naira, 75 to 118.
No, don't go there, naira. Don't go there.
75 to 118 million US dollars.
Okay.
So add one missile.
One missile.
We are competing with the US, whose economy is far better than yours. So I don't think the president there is doing good at any point.
I will come back to you.
Please come to me.
I'll come back to you.
Yes.
He said they are propelled by unwarranted fear. You use all the money you have just to build the arsenals of people like suffering. Is the fear truly unwarranted?
It's warranted.
It's warranted?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because they were threatened. You see, I'll say this to you. The military is well funded. So the issue of empty stomach doesn't even arise with the military because they are so well funded. I agree with you, they are one of the poorest nations in the world. Human rights, zero. Too many things are wrong with that country. I was in Pyongyang in 1989. I can say to myself that, oh, that's a very poor country. Yes, but in their poverty, they are elected to support the military because in 2005, South Korea, which is much superior in terms of military might, much superior, threatened them. They had this common boundary, which they are still fighting over.
Yeah.
They're still fighting over. It threatened them. So, and to the point that everybody almost ran from North Korea to South Korea. Yes, at the point, the man now said, oh, no, come on, we must fight back. And to fight back, you must rebuild, rethink your country. And they had to look at how do we fight back in the midst of all of this. The man chose, okay, in their budget, 38% of the budget is for the military. For the military, to ensure that they sustain a military. In Africa, is the biggest, talking about population and the military strength, they're the biggest in the world. 26 million, 1.2 million soldiers out of 26 million people.
Yes.
That's the biggest in the world. In terms of in terms of ratio.
That is a mere ratio, yes.
I mean, Nigeria is about 200 million people. Our military is less than 1 million.
True.
So look at what they have done to themselves. They will fight. The only thing that we have now is to develop our military. Yes, the population, yes, they are running away from North Korea now to South Korea. They're running to different other countries, fine. But they chose to develop their military to send signals that yes, we hitherto used to be, the crying baby of the world, but now we want to also compete. And they have done that. They have sent signals to the world that everybody is now looking at them. But let me say this to my brother. You can make money from this. They can make money from this.
We are coming to that.
Yes.
How they sold a missile or two for billions of dollars. We're coming to that. But right now, we want to go for a break. When we return, we'll continue with the discussion. Don't go away. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is International Forum, and we're taking a look at North Korea's growing military might, global implication. But let me come to you.
No, sorry, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, you want to anchor.
Let me say this.
Yes.
You see, like I was just saying, they are making money from this. What they have just discovered, or just developed in the last few weeks,
Yes.
is a warhead with precision. That is not a common thing. With precision, they want to shoot somebody in New Benin. They target it. It goes precisely to where it should go, and the world will start to look for them to buy. because there's so much trouble everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, I will come back to you. Talk about making money from this military hardware. Well, Barrister Gabriel, you heard Honorable Frank Amego, he said this is truly all-warranted fear. Both Honorable Garcia and Juba counted saying the fears were warranted after they were molested, they were embarrassed, they were harassed. So they chose to go back and started developing, despite the fact that it took a heavy toll on the populace who have hunger, starvation, poverty. But the president on the head, or that they call him the supreme ruler, didn't look at that.
So the dictator, first class.
He was like, this is what we are heading towards. Take it up from there.
Well, I want us to look at it from a very broad view.
Yes.
That the military has a law, which is a strength in the constitution of the country. So that you are not even fulfilling, you are giving attention to the military standard of your country, of the North Korea, is even an offense. It's even an offense in a sense. In other words, you are not upholding the tenets of the constitution. That's the way it is. So it is not an issue of whether there is hunger or there is no hunger. I think we are not being moral. I mean, law and morality do not go together. We are not being moral, we are not being sympathetic about that. But let's look at the issues. The North Korean army is growing by the day. The intercontinental ballistic missile they develop over time is growing by the day. There are even powerful nations like the Russians, the US, the Japan, and what have you, even Germany, are not even scared of North Korea. So they are wondering what could be the next. That's the way Sotobo said. That every day they are developing. The missile, the level of missile, if they want to even sell it, which I wonder they will even sell, they will make more money from it. They understand the fact that yes, part of the developmental principle may be based on fear and all that. But yes, you can't tell a man who has been harassed not to prepare. It is very clear. If you want to trade in North Korea now, you and I know that there's no country in the world that can actually advise US not to strike North Korea. I mean, the Russia and the Ukraine war is there for all of us to see as an evidence. That over to up to now, the United Nations and other organizations have not said anything as regards to Russia and Ukraine war. They've not taken a bold step. All we are hearing are your media news and what have you. There's no critical, physical bold step taken to actually break down their arms. So to me, I think the North Korea know what they are doing. They are doing the right way, and they are prepared for whosoever don't want to trade. Yeah, I understand the fact that we all, an average Nigerian and African love the life, but people like that, the North Koreans, the sisters do not really love their life. They are ready for war, and they are ready to fight, take it or leave it. So we shouldn't really castigate them over, because it is not. I mean, whatever that is happening, that didn't really start from the president, the current president. It has been a long time issue. Even when they were in recession, I think about 2-3 years ago, I mean, 20 years caused by this president, neither did it affect their military men. I would think that an average Korean will prefer that he has no eating since morning than to make a military weapon. So there is an aspect of their life that they take it very seriously. All right. I think we should commend them for that.
We should commend them for that. Well,
You should commend them.
he said we, 100% they should commend it. Okay, fine.
There's nothing commendable there.
Because right now,
I think.
Okay, hold on.
He hasn't asked you to.
Okay, now you know what? According to reports, North Korea makes billions of dollars by selling weapons through black market. Don't forget that North Korea implicated also between Russia and Ukraine war because they sold gadgets. If you talk about the Houthis right now, even the Iranian, they have this way they do business behind closed doors.
I know how much.
And they are making so much
I have
money.
the record of how much they have made so far.
Okay, no, not tomorrow. Okay, now with this amount of money,
I mean,
do you think what we're hearing about starvation and all that is true about North Korea? Take a look at the president, take a look at the military. They look hale and healthy. You can just roll the clip. You see what they are marching gallantly, fully kitted, sophisticated gadgets. I mean, I haven't seen this. Don't you think, like you rightly said, they should be commended?
Now he thinks so.
Yeah, he thinks so.
He doesn't know yet. But
Honorable said they should be commended also.
yeah, he said so.
No, he was spoiling about don't speak for us. I say he
thinks so.
Yeah, I ask you to.
All right. So take it up from there.
Yeah, he's taking up already.
All right.
So the point is, four of us just come together. We want to buy cars here and there. You will buy, I will buy, he will buy. Then the fourth person will go and buy a towing van. Why are you buying a towing van? So in case our cars go bad.
So I can make money.
Yeah. So the intention first. You are making so much money from the sales of all these weapons and all that. How does that translate? How does that put food on the table that we have been over-laboring over the years? If you say that in their vein, the blood of military flows through, but if you go around the country, North Korea, and every North Korea will tell you, oh boy, I'm hungry.
It's true.
And once you become hungry, anger automatically follows. So, in whose interest are you doing this? We just want to stay back and be fighting. When are we going to rest? You fight, rest. Let the economy shoot up. Let people applaud you. Mr. President, whatever title he bears.
Supreme leader.
Yeah, supreme leader over them is doing this. They'll be kind of enchantment. We are happy that you are doing this. But on the average, nobody is happy about the situation. There's a forced labor there. It's not by choice. There's nothing as good as you want to do this thing by choice. Whether it's enshrined in the constitution or not, if you bring in constitutionality matters now, are we following constitutions in Nigeria? If you want to ensure that the North Korean constitution is being followed, is it at the detriment of a common citizen? It's not about morality, it's about real life situation. We want to amass missiles here and there. If you check $75 million to 75 to 118, you will observe that money can feed the nation for some months, if not years, to develop one missile. So would you say that's a good leader that I should join you to applaud? No, I can't applaud such a person. He's a wicked person.
He's a wicked person.
He's a wicked leader. But the work they are doing, the citizens are doing, the work they do is against their will. You are forcing them to do it. There was a case I read, a 16-year-old boy from North Korea ran away. He's in his 20s now. I read his report that it was one narrating how they were forced into it, even in farms, that everything they will produce from the farm, whatever money that comes from it, is channeled back to military. So is that how to treat your people? So what do you expect ordinarily that we are experiencing some kind of wicked leadership? What we expect that from the sales of the farm produce, we'll say, oh, good and faithful servants, take 1 naira, take 2 naira. So the whole thank God, it was a bumper harvest, but 100% of the money, we're going to start producing Jane guns.
All right.
Yeah.
Honorable, over to you. He's making a very strong point here.
Listen, let us not deviate from the topic.
Good.
We are looking at their military development and is it a threat to the world? The economy is another matter. The economy is another matter. That's not our business here. I think. What is South Korea doing militarily?
North Korea.
Sorry, North Korea doing militarily.
Yes.
Is that a threat to the world? The economy can, maybe for another day, discuss the economy. For another day. But basically, we are here to look at North Korea.
No, sorry, that collective pronoun, who accepts to?
Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm here. No, I'm here.
All right.
On the invitation to look at North Korea's military might.
Right.
Is it a threat to the world? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because the way they are going with what they are doing, every step they have ever taken in the last, from 205 to 9, how many years? That's, I don't know numbers.
But 19 years ago. 19. 19 years plus,
Fine.
yes.
In the last 19 years, they are positioning themselves sufficiently well to be able to confront any situation. Yes, their neighbors, even though they and China, they are doing well, they still deceive themselves though, because China is looking at them with one eye open, one eye closed. They can't close the two eyes, because if they close the two eyes, something can happen. Something can happen. But China is still looking at them as their friends. North Korea, over time, like I said, I was in Pyongyang in 1989 when I was the chairman of the Bender State Youth Council. I went to represent. I was one of the delegation to represent Nigeria at a World Youth event in Pyongyang.
Yeah.
But having said that, I agree with him. Yes, like I said, for another day, economy. But these guys have come of age, and I don't know, prove a point to everybody. Come on, you can't do this to us anymore. We can play on the same turf with you. Don't look at us from the past. Look at us at the present, and of course at the future. Because in the future, they can look at the US and do this to them. Come on, and the US will look at them and say, "Suffer now."
In the future,
yes, but hitherto, if you touch them, they will respond differently. But now they will look at you as a partner, maybe of equal, whatever, because now you have proven to the whole world that you. In fact, I mean, what I read for this coming to this program.
yes,
the latest they have just produced.
precision missile
is sending so much. America is even saying they thought hitherto that they can ward off any, but this one has refused everything that can stop it. So it's giving them sleeplessness, and they must keep campaigning for the world to hate them. But again, these people are not even bothered. They are going ahead every day. They are rethinking their country, producing more. I agree with my brother when he said, if we have the kind of military that they have, maybe all this Boko Haram thing will have been so decimated.
the past, yes.
But this one, the military in North Korea is such that they take it as a duty, as a job, and they are happy doing what they should do. So for me, I look forward to a North Korea that can move from 15 maybe to 10 in the next few years, to 10 next few years, and then challenge anybody. If you play in the senior league, for instance,
Yes.
and they will look at you and say, we see now don't they play for Division 1 from Division 3. So they want to play in Division 1.
All right.
And that's where they want to get to.
All right.
They want to get there.
They want to get there.
Yes.
Now, talking about their drive, technologically, increasing, growing the military might, is this to get a voice in the global arena? Because, like what you rightly said, they've been like relegated. Nobody wants to hear about North Korea until they're testing their missiles. 1, 2, 3, now precision missile, the manufactured effectively and efficiently by this same country. Do you think they have a voice now, globally?
They are building their voices, and they are even raising it to a high standard. It is clear, it is visible that it's a country who have decided to defend the external, integrity, sovereignty of their country. And I said it before, and I will say it again. We should salute them for that. They've done well to move from 36 to 15, and actually the next few years they should even be in 10, maybe to 5, to show that they are capable of doing what they are doing. And there's a way their military might are so grown that whenever there's a new discovery, it is tested in the oceans, it is tested in the sea, just for the world to see that they know what they are doing. So, in the next few years, they are going to be very great countries in terms of military strength. And of course, they're going to be they're going to play among the top, contemporaries. Apart from making much money from it, the United Nations, is going to even make them as one of the armies of the United Nations. So, for me, I think that we shouldn't just too over-criticize them. We understand the fact that there's economic hardship. We understand the fact that there's hunger. We understand the fact that there's economic murder. Good, beautiful, we understand. But we should look at it from this angle. A nation defending their constitutional viability. I mean, it calls for concern. maybe for the part of the world that we are from, where government do not respect our constitution and our laws, our vocations, you know, our ethics, our principles.
Is that true?
Yeah, to some extent, sir.
Okay.
To some extent. That government do not have regards for that. But we are seeing a nation, for a nation to not even impute that before you talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueprints, talk about the educational structure, talk about the economic structure, talk about the political structure, talk about the social structure, social well-being, social welfare, and they even bringing their military to be one of the top 5 economic blueprints structure that they have. It shows to you that these guys are serious about what they are doing. They are not playing over it. So with time, as time goes on, I see North Korea growing in military strength and building more capacity. Okay. I know our only fear is that they shouldn't use them. But when the opportunity also comes to use them, they have no choice than to use it, because that's the reality.
The knife you hold, not use them. But when they need to use it, right?
Exactly, we use it.
But right now, South Korea is a little bit jittery. Talking about using a knife. Because if one South Korea stop all military drill, or else we attack, do you think they have the military capability right now to stand against South Korea? And of course, South Korea's allies vis-a-vis the US. Don't forget, for the one time that they can have missiles and they can go to Guam, a base, a US base. And they say they have a missile so that can target a city in the US. They are saying it, they are making it happen, so to speak.
Yeah, there's no doubt about the rapid growth in their military might. And if you allow them, use them, so sorry for that country. To me now, South Korea shouldn't kind of get angry. Because all what they've made, just that they want to fight. When you hear, Pata will kill each other, you know that's a poor man. Because life means nothing to him anymore. If you also hear that I will arrest you, know that's a rich man. So in that scenario now, North Korea is like a poor man. Life means nothing to him, as you said. Life means nothing to the president or whatever name.
Supreme leader, King Jong-un
of North Korea, and a whole lot of them. Life means nothing to them. Otherwise, why create missiles to exterminate people in a very short while? If life meant something to you, you should be preaching peace, progress in your nation first. Now everybody is forced to work, and whatever money that accrues from that is plunged back into military weaponry.
Just to make the nation stronger, to make them have a voice.
To fight enemies, in quotes, enemies in quotes. So any right-thinking nation around them now should not create a problem that will make North Korea to use them to test run what they have created. To be so bad the situation, because the technology they have, no doubt, is top-notch, and I am calling on the supreme leader that
will he?
What we are saying now is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everyone can watch it.
I'll tell you story.
Yes. Everyone can watch it. That consider your people first. If you're going to shoot your missile from point A, and the rest persons that are poverty enveloped.
But he said it's because of people that are doing all this to protect the people.
It's because of himself. He's afraid.
No, of what?
He's afraid.
Of what?
If he's not afraid, what the money he used for one missile should have been used to take care of his people.
Okay.
You know,
Over to you.
I don't know.
Because right now, don't forget that tech goes with education. Can one deduce that since they have this great tech, that means education is standard?
Of course. When you find a nation that is producing missiles, you can imagine how much technology has gone into that. You can imagine how much knowledge has gone into that. You see, you can't bring a man who has nothing up there to produce a missile. And these things they are producing are current. That is, they are each time looking at, they are reviewing. They are getting the latest of information. And to get information, of course, you must have some. So it's not a question of, North Korea is adjudged one of the highly educated countries in the world. They are poor, I agree with you. But technologically, North Korea is adjudged as one of the, it's a top-rate country. Because to sit down and produce missile, it's not a my thing. And it's also very basically, I agree with my brother, but I said that's for another day.
Yes.
Discussing economy is another day. But their military might is one that we should celebrate. Like my brother said, or I think it was him that said, that don't harass them.
Yes, sir.
Don't allow them test run. Because a test run can mean disaster.
Are you not saying people are scared of North Korea?
No, don't let them test run, because they have the latest. They have the latest. I mean, they said a few weeks ago, America and a few countries tried to do see something, and they just warned them, don't do it again. No. And they now release one. Release only one, and they all took off. Japan was doing some aerial thing, and they told Japan, we'll bring down this plane. We're going to bring down this plane. Don't fly in our territory. I mean, that is...
Japan responded positively.
Of course. We'll bring down this plane. Don't fly in our territory. If you want to test your power, don't fly in our territory. We'll bring your plane down. I mean, that suggests to us that they have reached a level where they should be respected. They should be respected. And that I give to the maximum ruler. Even though I don't like him. To be a maximum ruler, that's not the best way to run a country. Because it has become, father to son to uncle to auntie to sister, and that's not too nice. It's like a monarchical thing. But that's not too nice. The father gave it to him. I'm sure he will give it to his son when it's going away.
Or to his daughter even.
Fine. So these are things, but one must not take away the fact that they have the latest developing technology in missile production. I mean, it's even ballistic now. What they even have.
Yes.
So now they are into cyber. They can look at every country and hack into the security system. They can hack into a security system. So why wouldn't you fear them? So that's why I pray that we don't have another war that could be said to be world. If we have that kind of war, then I hope our military will also learn. It will also learn how to. But I've never heard that Nigeria produced one weapon. So maybe we should also start to.
All right.
Our time is almost up. So you've had your last line discussion. And you got to play a minute or 30 seconds to have your last line. What happens do you have?
Well, I want to join them in prayers. That they should not be harassed. But come to think of it, there's an amount of money you can have.
Yes.
You can even, just as they said, the local language, even met the governor of a state. There's a lot of money and influence you can have. And that's what North Korea is showing. North Korea is running US. North Korea is running Japan. So who else with North Korea no war? Is it Germany or even the Russia? It shows that these people are growing every day. And when you take the history, even if I'm not enough, for the past 5 years, almost every 3 months, interval, they make a new weapon. Yeah. And they test weapon. But they gradually roll it to the seaside and test it. And see how far it can go. You have to defend their knowledge. So take it or leave it, like it or not. Whatever angle you want to take it from. North Korea has been able to pitch a name in that niche. So with time, we are going to see more of them. Thank you.
Over now to your last line.
Yes. Since my colleagues are on one side.
No.
I want to beg them. And the supreme leader, they should leave and let me.
You are begging them now.
They should leave and let
because they've earned their respect.
Well, by force.
By force.
They should leave and let me.
No,
Okay.
Politics is a power game.
All right.
Whether by force or by will.
By will. And you have to go with the big guns. And now the North Korea, they have the big gun.
It's a power game.
All right, from 36 to 15, and they are still producing, still testing, still growing. Don't you think it's high time the world really look into North Korea and that growing moment? What do you think will happen if peradventure, God forbid, they choose to attack the southern part of Korea? There used to be one. And now they have this knowledge that there will still be one. Are they preparing for an imminent war to make Korea one? That's the question I've been asking right now. They've warned us out to stop a military drill or else we're provoked to do something. Do you see a war, imminent war between North Korea and South Korea for one singular purpose, to bring them back together again? All the time will tell. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate a wonderful analysis. We'll do it again next week, Tuesday, God willing. Bye for now.